This is Dr. Sadek, and today we are discussing object detection using Tensorflow. Also, we are implementing this project in Windows environment, in Windows operating system. I have divided this project into multiple videos to make it easy for you, to make it interesting for you. Like for example, if we compile and implement all these things in a single video, it will be quite boring for you, and that's why I have skipped some installation and compilation. I will show you how to compile and how to install. Second thing, it will be easy for those like for example, if someone know how to install Tensorflow, how to compile different libraries, and he or she want to start from the CUDA and CUDNN libraries, then it will be easy for them. Or if someone directly start from the coding of object detection, so it will be easy for them. So that's why I have divided object detection using Tensorflow into multiple videos. Second thing, we have different deep learning models like RCNN, faster RCNN, and the mobile net. But here we will focus only on mobile net. So once you learn how to install different libraries and how to implement mobile net, then it will be easy for you to implement other models, other deep learning model, and it will also be easy for you to customize that model, and you can give your own input and your own labels because it's a pre-trained model. So we will download from the GitHub and we will install that. So for that, I have divided this lecture into 7 different videos, and in the first video we will learn how to install Tensorflow and how to create environment and how to install Tensorflow in that particular environment. Second, we will install CUDA and CUDNN libraries to use GPU. So in the third step, we will download object detection libraries from GitHub. In the fourth step, we will install Protobuf. Protobuf installation and protocol buff, which we also called as protocol buff. So we need that for the Coco API. And in the next step, we will install Coco API. After Coco API, because in the Coco API we have different labels for the pre-trained models, and lastly we will object detection API. So these are all the dependencies we have installed. In the final step, you will get an error, and it's called build.py error. And we will play with that error. And actually, we got that error due to the Tensorflow. In the first step, we are installing Tensorflow 2.5. And later on, when we use solver and different, you will learn how to use solver and all other commands. So actually, it replaces your Tensorflow and install a different version of Tensorflow which is not compatible with your system. Maybe it will be compatible with your system, but with my system it was not compatible. So you have to upgrade that Tensorflow. And in the final step, we will discuss coding of object detection. I will directly jump into the environment creation and installing Tensorflow in that particular environment. So let's start object detection and object recognition. So for that, you have to install Visual C++ 2015. So the first step is to install the C++ 2015. Second, we will install Anaconda. 2019 was working for me, and I will recommend to install this one. It is for me it was stable. I have tried different one, but this one was the stable version for me. Next, we will create an environment in which we will have to perform this particular object detection. Next, we will install Tensorflow 2.5 to 2.9. You can install any one of that, but I will recommend to install 2.5 in the first step, and later on you can upgrade that. I have installed 2.5 and later I have upgraded that one. So in step 4, we will install the dependencies of GPU and like CUDA, and download the CUDNN libraries. Number 5, we will download the TensorFlow model garden, in which you can find multiple pre-trained model, and in this particular project we will focus on mobile net. You can find faster RCNN, many models like that you can install. Once you learn how to use these model, then later on you can use other fast RCNN, you can use that. On 6th number, we will install Protobuf. and we will compile that. 7, we will install Coco API, and number 8, we will install the object detection API. So for all these steps, I will highly recommend to follow this particular tutorial, and you can find each and every dependency in each and every detail about each and every dependency, and each and every steps you need to you need for the object detection. So I am following this tutorial, and we will see how to install Python 3.9. Then we will go to the we will activate that environment, and we will install 2.5 TensorFlow, and then we will test the installation, and later we will go to the GPU setting, and we will verify the GPU, TensorFlow object detection API installation, and Protobuf. We will have to follow all these steps for the object detection. So I will skip Anaconda installation because we already know how to install that. Is simple step, and so I will jump to the environment creation. So in Anaconda prompt, we will have to create a new environment, and I copied that. And let's give any name like TF object detection, okay, or simply TF obj, okay. So let's install that. So after installation, we will activate this environment. Activate TF obj, okay. So now we have installed the Python 3.9. So after that, we will install the TensorFlow. You can copy that. Here you can see pip install TensorFlow 2.5. So let's install that. So here you can see TensorFlow 2.5 has been installed, and now we can check it. Python 3.9.13, and now import TensorFlow is TF. So now you can see TF dot version. So now you can see TensorFlow 2.5 has been installed. So the first step is download CUDNN libraries. So for that, I will recommend follow this first link, CUDA toolkit, free tools and training. So it depends on your GPU that which one is working for you. 11.7 was compatible with my GPU. So here you can see I will click on Windows 11th, and here you have two options, like one is the local one, but here you can see a local one is 2.5 GB, is quite big. So I will recommend to download the network. So once I have already downloaded and installed, here I will recommend to select the custom installation. In this particular tutorial, you will also find something about that. So then we will download the CUDNN libraries. Here from this link, you can easily download that one. But if you are using 11.7, so you will download the CUDA 11. So I have already downloaded, and once you download, then we will move to the next steps. So now go to the CUDNN folder, and in the folder you can see CUDA, bin, include, lib. Just copy these all files. Go to the C drive, program files, NVIDIA GPU computing toolkit, and in that you can see CUDA. And in CUDA you can find 11.7. Just avoid 10.1. Go to 11.7. Just copy and paste. Now go to the path here, 11.7. Copy it. Go to environment variable. Here you can see you can cross check that if it's already taken the pseudin and CUDA path, so it's okay. Otherwise, you can paste it over here. Like here, you can see CUDA path and CUDA path 11.7. Okay, so just cross check it. Then go to the path section here, path, and check it over here also. So I have already found it, like 11.7 bin and 11.7 lib NVP. So this is all about pseudin and libraries. Next, we will download and install the TensorFlow object detection APIs, and for that we will install Git. Here you can find the TensorFlow API, and we will have to clone all these models, and we will have to implement all these models. So here you can see this is the TensorFlow model garden. It means that this particular repository have different models, and here you can find it here, like research, the object detection, and in object detection you can find all these models. Okay, so we will have to clone this particular repository, and we will use it for the object detections. We will keep it in the D section. I will set, like here I will go to the D section. Okay, D, and then I will download the Git. So here click in that. I will click on Windows because I am working on Windows, so it will automatically be downloaded. So if it's not, then click here to download. So actually I have already downloaded and installed. So now you can use this, and it's very easy to install. And after installing that, we will go to the model garden, and we will like go to the code, and then we will copy this code, like GitHub TensorFlow model.git, and let's go to the TensorFlow, let's go to Anaconda prompt, and here we will say git clone, and we will pass this link here, so it will start cloning. So now the model has been cloned, and now we will check it in the folder. So here you can see models and research, object detection, data, and in the data you can find different models. So we will use all these models for object detection, especially the mobile net. So in the sixth step, we will install Protobuf. Actually, object detection API uses Protobuf to configure the model and training parameter. So we are using mobile net, so the protocol buff or the Protobuf will configure it and the parameters. So how we can install that? Let's follow this particular link. We can have different version for the Python. Here you can find for PHP, Python, C++, and other languages, but we will only focus on Python. So we will download Protox 21.5, this one. I have already downloaded, and here you can click on this link and you can easily download that. So once you download this file, then you go to that file, go inside that file. You can see here bin include. So copy these folders, go to the C, you will go to the program file, and in the program file, so here you will have to create folder Google Protobuf. Just go inside the folder and copy and paste the bin and include from the folder which you have downloaded. Copy the path of this file, of this folder, copy it and go into the environment variable. So in the environment variable, here you can see path. So go into the path, and I have already pasted over here. You can see here program file, Google Protobuf, and bin. So this is the first step, and after that you will go to the next path. Here you can see this one, system variable, this one the user variable, and this one is the system variable. So cross check over here. If it's automatically picked it, so it's okay, otherwise you can so here you can see automatically it's picked. So Google Protobuf. So this is all about Protobuf installation, and now we will go to the command prompt, and we will have to compile Protobuf. We will activate the environment activate tf obj. Okay, so you will go to the research folder, the files you have downloaded from the object detection API. So you will go to that folder, and you will set the path of that folder here. So here you can see it's a we have downloaded, it's a models, and after the models we will go to the research. So copy this path, and here you can see we will go to the D, and in the D we will go to this particular path to the research. Now we are in the research, and we have to compile the Protobuf. Go to the Protobuf installation here. So just copy this this command. So here you can see from within the TensorFlow model and research. So just paste it here, and so we haven't encountered any error. So it means that it's already implemented, it's already compiled. In the seventh step, we will install Coco API. I have already discussed about this particular article. You can follow all the steps in this article. Here you can find code for Windows and Linux. We need to have Visual C++ 2015. So Coco API is a object detection API dependency. So we have to install all these Coco API. It's quite easy. We have two steps in that: pip install Zython and pip install GitHub. We will clone the Coco API. I have activated the TF obj, our environment. I will copy. So it's very easy. It's already installed. And in the next step, I will need to clone the pip install GitHub. So I will need to clone this particular Coco API. So copy this. So successfully installed. Let's clear the screen. So after installing this particular Coco API, we will go to the next step, and that step is to install the object detection API. It was quite easy. I can end up this video with the Coco API installation, but I think it was quite easy. So next we will move to the object detection API. So in the object detection API, we will run this particular code in TensorFlow, model and research. In the D section, we have already cloned this models, research. So we will have to run the particular code in this folder. So copy that and go to the command prompt, D cd. So now we are in the research folder. But if you see here is cp object detection packages tf2 setup.py. So cp means that it is for the Linux. So it will not run. If I copy that and I paste it over here, like for example, let me copy it. I will paste it. Anaconda prompt will not recognize this particular command. But we have solution for that, and for that we will run this code in git bash. So here you can see git bash. It's already in your system. We will check where we are right now, where we are, pwd. Okay, so we are in the C folder. So the command is, let's go to the D folder, cd. Actually the here the command is different. So now we are in the default, and then we will copy path from here. You can see. Then I will run this command. Okay, now we are in the research folder. Just copy this particular code. It means that successfully compiled. Now we will move to this step. We are in the model, research, and then so. But here you will encounter one error, and that is builder.py. Once you run this code, the solver, and then you will encounter one error. I will show you what kind of error is that. But I have solution for that. So it's successfully installed. Now let's see, let's go to the next step, and the next step is to check the installation. Copy this code and paste it over here in the research folder. So let's see, but I guess that we will encounter an error. Look, we have encountered an error, and it gives us that a Google Protobuf error. Like error is cannot import name builder from Google Protobuf internal. What I found about this error, actually it replaces your Python, your your TensorFlow. If you check your TensorFlow over here, it was 2.5. If you remember, we have installed 2.5. Now if I check it, it will be different. It's 2.9. Like we have installed 2.5 and now it is 2.9. It is due to this step, this particular step. Okay, so it conflicts somewhere, so we have to upgrade this. So I have tried different commands and finally found run this command TensorFlow 2.9.1. Copy this code and paste it here. So I have already installed. So once you run this code, then you will not encounter that error. Let's try it. So let's try it. Let's wait for it. Okay, it's running successfully. So let's wait for it. So now you can see 24 tests in 29.5 seconds. So successfully implemented the model and we have tested as well. We are in the final stage. We will install Jupyter Notebook in the particular environment we have created, and the environment is TFOBJ. So in the next step, we will run Jupyter Notebook and we will try to access D drive, and in the D drive we will access models, research, object detection, and our Python code. So we will use Anaconda Navigator to install the Jupyter Notebook. But here you can see I have already installed it. You can launch it from here. But if like for example, if it's not installed, so you will have such kind of like here you can see console shortcut. So you can easily install from here. Just click install and it will be installed. It will be downloaded. So it depends on your internet speed. I will highly recommend to install Jupyter Notebook here in Anaconda Navigator, because sometimes you install it from command prompt, but it's installed in the base environment. So it will encounter error when you run the code from your Jupyter. So it will not load the particular TensorFlow or object detection APIs. So that's why I recommend to install it in Anaconda Navigator. So once you install it, you can directly run it from here. But if you run Jupyter Notebook from here, then you can access only C drive. You cannot access the D drive. So the solution is that here you will go to the Anaconda command prompt. Okay, activate TFOBJ. Go to the D section, and in the D section, just Jupyter Notebook. Run this command. So it will directly access D folder. So here you can see it's access D. So you can see here models, new object detection, others, and TensorFlow. If I go to the D section, D drive, so here I can find all these things. So like for example, if my Python code is inside any folder, so I can easily access that. So I will go to the models, and in the models I will go to research, and in research I will go to object detection. So in the object detection I have already I will create another a new file here, Python file, and I can save it like save as we can say that's testing obj. Okay, testing obj, this is the name. So it's saved. If I close it, so I can easily so I can access these particular files, and the code is saved in it. So here I will check accessing TensorFlow or not. So let's see, import, sorry. So it's gives me warning, but after warning it will print. Yeah, it's printed. So I hope this warning will not affect our object detection process. But I never encountered this such kind of warning when I was implementing it on my system. So let's see, we will play with that. If it's encounter error during implementation of the object detection API or object detection model, then we will see what kind of error is that and what kind of warning is that. Let's go to models, and in the models go to research, and in research go to object detection. So here you can see I have saved one video with the name of test model. Here you can see test model. We will try to detect object in that particular video. So let's open the Jupyter notebook page. To access this code, I have already put the link in the description of my GitHub. You can find that particular coding here, explanation of the coding, and you can copy and paste from this link. So here we have implemented mobile net. You can implement other network as well, like faster RCNN, fast RCNN. You can download different models, and I will tell you how to download that model, how to use that model. So here I have also given the coding for video streaming, like for webcam, real-time object detection. So this is the code for the object detection, real-time object detection, and webcam. So here I will give credit to Krishnaik because I have followed he did a wonderful job in object detection. So he is my teacher actually. He is my online teacher actually. So I will definitely give credit to Krishnaik. So let's start coding from step 1 to step n. So go to testing. We have already opened this. Import TensorFlow. So here is TensorFlow 2.9, 2.9.1. So it's the most stable one. I will highly recommend to install this version. And then here you can see this is very important step. And in this step, we will access our data folder in the models. Here in the model, we will go to research, and in the research we will go to object detection. In object detection we will access this folder, and in this folder we will create another folder with the name of models. Here you can see actually already implemented this model, so it's already created. But when you start downloading the model, when you start implementing this model, so you will not have this this folder. So this folder will be created with by this type of code. Okay, this code will create a model folder inside the data. Okay, so let's run this code, and then next we will download the model. I have already downloaded the model. So to save your time, actually sometime internet is slow, so it will take some little bit of time. So I have already implemented the model. So just run this code and you will download SSD mobile net. So if you want to use any other network or any other model, you can download from GitHub and you can use it that. And in the next lecture, I will try to customize this model, and I will explain one by one. So just run this code. So it will download, because in my case it's already downloaded. So let's run this code. So in the third step, we will go to load the model. So this step, this particular coding will load your model. So load the model, and here in load label map data. So in the load label map data, this in this particular coding, it will, because it's a pre-trained model, so there is a lot of label in that. It's already label data and it's already trained model. So this coding will and it's already saved in the Coco API dataset. So it will be loaded from the Coco API dataset here. So let's run that. We will import CV2. It's for webcam and for the video as well. So we will run this code. So next I will recommend to ignore if you don't want to access your webcam. So just ignore this step. Okay, you can skip this step. If you want to use your webcam for real-time object detection, so you can use that. So it's quite easy. Just run this code and it will access your webcam. And in the final step here, you can see I am accessing test model.mp4. It's saved where? It's saved in the object detection folder, that video. So let's run this code. So it will take a little bit of time. So we have done with the coding. And now you can see it's object detection model. So there will be no doubt there will be a lot of error messages, a lot of error, a lot of like wrong detection. So this is all about the object detection, and in the next lecture I will customize the model and I will explain the coding we have already implemented here.